Hey viewers, welcome to VL Astrology once again. I'm Vanita Lenka. I'm a Vedic astrologer and I use the Sidereal Zodiac to predict. And today I'm going to be talking about Jupiter's transiting through Aquarius sign. Important video again, and it's happening on the 20th of November till the April 13th next year, 2022. Jupiter, the planet of abundance, knowledge, wealth, happiness, growth. Let's attract the best fortune during this time. Let's make the best use of this transit because Jupiter is the most pious planet in our horoscope. Astronomically also, when there is a meteor shower, so this Jupiter actually protects us. So that's why he's the protector, the most beneficial planet. Generally, Jupiter stays in a particular sign for 12 months and revisits that particular sign after completing the whole zodiac in 12 years' time. That's why Jupiter stays in one zodiac for 1 year. So here Jupiter completed the span, went back to Capricorn, then again it's going to be in Aquarius finally. So again it is Atichari, but it is not coming back to Aquarius, it's going to be in Pisces next year. So what exactly is in store for all the 12 zodiac signs I'll be sharing in this video, and what exactly does it mean in a general manner. And I will be making 2-3 parts of this video because there will be conjunctions happening, and as per the Tara Chakra, that is Jupiter's ingress into the different nakshatras. And in Aquarius sign, it moves into Dhanishta, Shatabisha and Purvabhadra. So Dhanishta, of course, 2 charan and 4 charan of Shatabisha and 3 charan of Purvabhadra. That is his own nakshatra. So that I will be sharing in the next video. And in this video, I will be sharing a little bit about Murti Nirnaya also. If you want to understand this transit, please watch the initial summary part. Otherwise, you can straight away jump to your zodiac sign, 12 ascendants or the moon signs. Jupiter, as I said, is the planet of growth, abundance, generosity, obesity also, because Jupiter is expansive. So wherever Jupiter sits in a particular zone in your chart, if everybody is born with the Jupiter in the chart, so whichever area this Jupiter sits, he gives optimism, he gives a lot of expansive energy, abundant energy to that particular zone. So let me share the screen and show you what exactly the sky looks like and what exactly this transit means. All right, so as it's evident from this chart that Jupiter is at 0 degrees. That means when Leo is rising, Jupiter is transiting through this sign of Aquarius. So when Jupiter is transiting through the Mool Trikona Rashi sign owned by Saturn again, because earlier Jupiter was in debilitation sign of Saturn only, but here it is a better position because Jupiter is moving into a fixed Aries sign. So that means the mindset is fixed. You set the goals and you want to achieve them, and also they are going to be long lasting ones. If it is a movable sign, then it is like not long lasting results. But here, whatever positive, negative, whatever you will do, the results will be long lasting. That is why it's a fixed sign. And Aries sign, it means that inclined to gain or gather knowledge, open-mindedness, you're very impartial with people also. Whenever any planet is in the Aries sign, becomes mentally adventurous. So from Aquarius, Jupiter is going to be aspecting Libra, Leo, as well as Gemini. So these definitely are going to get benefic results. When Jupiter is transiting through Aquarius sign, Moon is going to be in the sign of Taurus and has just come out of the eclipse zone, the lunar eclipse, because it's happening on the 20th and there is a lunar eclipse on the 19th, but Moon is still with Rahu. We can decide about the Murti Nirnaya of the planet which is transiting through. So when Jupiter is transiting, Moon is in Taurus sign. So that means who are born in Taurus, Sagittarius or Cancer, this is the gold paya, gold Paya means it is going to be giving very good results. Aries, Capricorn, Virgo people will be having silver Paya, the feet of that. Little better, lesser than gold, but not not bad at all. So silver Paya is also considered to be good. So it's a good transit for Aries, Capricorn, Virgo people. For Pisces, Scorpio, Leo, this is a copper Paya, which means that it is going to give moderate results. Whatever you will do, it will give moderate results. Then Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. This is the iron, the Loha Paya. So what happens when it's the iron Paya, it becomes a little problematic regards to your knowledge, your luck factor, and your growth factor. So there can be some hindrances or obstacles you will get, but you will clear that path also, because Jupiter is going to be aspecting Gemini sign, Libra sign, and is posited in the Aquarius sign. See, Murti Nirnaya is not completely reliable technique, but we can still get some vague idea about the transit. See, wherever Jupiter sits, it actually gives abundance. So abundance we can relate to our ego also, and obesity. So these people have to be extra cautious about their weight gain. Libra, Leo, Aquarius, Gemini. These people have to be little extra cautious about their weight during this time. This Jupiter will be transiting through 3 nakshatras of Dhanishta, Shatabisha, and Purvabhadra. And Dhanishta 2 charan, which are going to complete on the 2nd of January. Shatabisha starts from 2nd of January to 2nd of March. Then Purvabhadra is his own nakshatra from the 2nd of March till the 28th of April. One charan is going to be in Pisces till the 13th of April. This Jupiter is going to be in Aquarius, in Purvabhadra, and one charan it's going to be from 13th to 28th of April in the Pisces sign. So this is what is the picture looking like, and now we will move on to sign wise predictions. Okay. All right, for Aries natives, this transit is happening in your 11th house, and Jupiter from there is going to be aspecting your 3rd, 5th, and 7th houses, being the lord of the 9th and the 12th. Jupiter in the 11th house is actually going to be giving you a lot of opportunities. It's going to expand your social circle. You are more open to making friends. You are going to be very charged up, actually. You know, in the Capricorn sign, it is a latent kind of an energy, but in the 11th sign, for you, this is going to be a much better transit because it's coming out of the debilitation sign. So you're more socially active. You're going to be joining some groups. Innovative ideas that you will be getting will be taking you to another level. It is going to be a door to new friendships, to new achievements, and whatever goals that you have set when Jupiter was in the sign of Capricorn, now you're going to be getting the goals achievement. This is the time to be more creative and put your ideas into whatever was latent till now, and now it is like a bigger picture. So financial gains also coming your way. Whatever your efforts are now, they're going to be paid off. They're going to fructify. And in relationship also, you will feel that things are getting better. Jupiter is going to be looking at this Mars for some time. And then, you know, of course, I will be making separate videos on the conjunctions that Jupiter will be having, aspects Jupiter will be having on the planets. So which is going to be really an interesting series. So stay tuned. This is part 1. So these people, you know, Aries people will have a lot of good relationship. The relationships are with your siblings, with your neighbors, with your friends, with the peers, whatever social circle you can name it, and you will be feeling a little better. You were feeling quite suffocated, claustrophobic, and there were many misunderstandings that you were going through. Now things are going to be getting better, and relationships wise also, it is going to be giving you maybe meeting new people, alliances, or getting into any kind of marriage like relationship is also quite possible. You're going to be having a lot of religious inclinations, but you're not able to actually take it forward because it is the 12th from the 12th. So you have a lot of maybe professional workload, so you will not be able to focus on the spiritual realms. From the second house, this is the 10th house. So this will bring about some opportunities from your family only. You will be taking a step further as far as your financials are related. From third, this is the 9th house. So this is going to be giving elevation to your siblings, or maybe, your siblings are going to be traveling overseas. Good opportunities coming for your siblings as well. Fourth house for a mother, for purchasing of property and land. You have to be a little careful. Take care of your mother's health. At the same time, this will be giving you a lot many opportunities to you also, and to your a mother as well. Maybe she's going to be having a transformational changes, or maybe she's going to be changing the work she's in, and she'll be getting elevation as well. But take care of her health. From the 5th, this is the 7th house transit. So this will be good for your children. It is going to be good for childbirth. In case you have to send your child for further education, this is very good time. Maybe overseas education, some institute that your child has to join. So this will be a very positive transit. And in case you have any kind of litigation, loans, because it's the 6th from the 6th, so this will actually eradicate the diseases, or if you have to initiate any kind of treatment, this will be a good transit for you. This definitely is going to be giving you a lot of relief as far as your loans is concerned. You'll be able to pay off your loans. People who have been backstabbing you. Good for your uncles, aunts. This is going to be a good time to apply for loans, and you will be able to get the loans also if you're waiting for the sanction. From the 7th, this is the 5th house transit. So for your spouse, this is going to be a good transit, and the spouse is going to get elevated, promotion on cards in case the partner is working. And it is good for relationship also. Definitely you are going to be having some kind of mature talking now, and you're going to be setting those terms, some relief coming your way in relationship also. From the 8th, this is the 4th house. So some inheritances related to your property matters will get resolved. Insurance, tax, all they will be making wise decisions. From the 9th, this is the 3rd house transit. So your father's travels, this indicates your father's travels, journeys, or maybe you will be traveling also, and for some spiritual growth, spiritual journeys, you will be taking pilgrimages. That is also one of the remedies that you can opt for. You visit temples, visit the religious places, so that you get that kind of relief. You can donate milk also when you're visiting the temples. From the 10th, this is the 2nd house transit. So elevation at the place of work. Some communication might give you some, clarity. So don't keep things to yourself. Just go ahead with the conversation. Don't confine yourself to yourself. You can make money out of money. So the wealth prospects definitely are going to increase, and you're going to be having a lot of inclination towards making money, speculative income also. You will have maybe some religious ceremony also taking place at your place. So if you're not, then you should actually be thinking of doing that. Some problems with the colleagues or your business partner, or with your people around you that you are having, that is going to get resolved. It is definitely going to be very healthy for you. You should actually put a small mark on your forehead with saffron. It will really help you whatever you're going through. And this is also the 2nd house from the 10th. So speech, you have to be taming that speech. This is an expansive and a very innovative kind of a place. So go ahead and grab the opportunities that you're getting during this time. Enjoy. This is a very positive transit for you, I'm sure. So coming to the next sign, that is Taurus. So for Taurus natives, Jupiter is going to be transiting your 10th house, and Jupiter is going to be aspecting your 2nd house, your 7th and your 6th houses, and being the lord of the 8th and the 12th, Jupiter in the 10th house. So this will give you a lot of professional success. It is like a career on the rise. Jupiter is looking at your 2nd house, the public recognition that you're looking for, the name and fame. This is the time you will be getting that as well. It is going to be a luck in the career, is said that, because it's the obviously luck enhancement. This is the best time for that. Take the opportunity. If you have to make a change, you have to change the place, go ahead with that, because you don't have to confine yourself thinking that, what will happen if you change. You're very apprehensive, but do not confine yourself. Fructification of whatever you have, actually the seeds that you have sown in the ninth house transit. So your relationship with your father is going to be getting better. Improve relationship with the authoritative figures. You're going to be having a lot of favorable situations at the place of work also. In case you're looking forward to the professional career growth, this is a very conducive phase. And in case you're having some turbulent times at the place of work as well as home, you're not able to balance the work and life. So this is going to be giving you that opportunity as well to balance things also. And from the second house, this is the ninth house transit. So this is definitely very good for forming that kind of connectivity with your family members. Maybe you're going to be going for a pilgrimage, or you're going to be doing some kind of just religious ceremonies at home. From the third house, this is the eighth house transit. So third house will be giving your siblings some troubles. They can have some decision making which can backfire. So you have to guide them through. From the fourth house, this is the seventh house transit. Place change. Maybe you're going to be buying some property, land, a vehicle. Maybe you have a smaller vehicle, you switch, buy another one, and maybe some changes in your place, some redecoration, renovation, good opportunities coming your mother's way. Your mother's health is going to improve. The mother can gain weight also. From the fifth house, this is the sixth house transit. So very good time for growth prospects for your children. Some new job coming their way, and they're going to be joining somewhere, some new assignment they're going to be taking up. And maybe initiation of any kind of education is also quite likely. From your sixth house, this is the fifth house transit. So good for your uncles, aunts, getting connected with the relatives. It is also positive for getting into the loans. If you want to buy something, you have to apply for the loans. From your seventh house, this is the fourth house transit. So very good for good time for your partner. Very good time for the partner's place change, job change, elevation coming his or her way. For your eighth house, this is the third house transit, because it's in the 10th house. So deep learning, some deep subjects you will be getting involved in case you want to go, it's a very good time for your friend circle also. Maybe they will get into some new businesses, some new investments, and there's some growth prospects. From your ninth house, this is the second house transit. So this is going to be good for your father's wealth. In case you have to plan anything related to your journeys, you're going to be planning that as well, work-wise. It is definitely very positive. So, and from the 11th house, this is the 12th house transit. Losses for the siblings. Maybe they will travel and they have to, maybe they have to shift out from the place where they are. It's a very good time actually for the older siblings. Losses initially, but later on, that loss will be turning as a boon. So go ahead with it in case you have to travel, shift out from here. From the 12th house, this is the 11th house transit. From the government authorities, you will gain something, and this is going to be giving you inclination towards charities also. Your friends might be charitable, and forming a good connectivity with the influential people. That is also quite likely. So if we see the overall picture, this is definitely going to be very good time for your health also, and for your wealth prospects as well. I have mentioned about the Murti Nirnaya. You can just go and see what exactly is the impact of this in the initial summary part. Okay, coming to the next sign, that is, so for Gemini natives, this transit is happening in your ninth house, and it is going to be aspecting your first and your fifth house, as well as your third house, being the lord of your seventh and 10th. So this definitely is going to expand your travel opportunities. Firstly, it is going to give you a lot of inclination towards making money out of money, maybe foreign income. And this will stimulate your intellectual pursuits, your curiosity towards learning more and acquiring more knowledge. Educational endeavors they will definitely fare well as well. So you're going to be learning big things, learning new things, and it is going to increase your faith in your religious belief system also. And you will actually get deeper into, you will dive deeper into higher learning in your life, which will lead to quality of your thought process that will change. So definitely a very positive one for you. You will get your luck by your side. Your luck is supportive of you because it was the 8th house transit. Now it is the 9th house transit. So luck is in your favor, and students are definitely going to be on a consistent trajectory to childbirth in case you're thinking of, and marriage alliance also. And it is also indicative of publishing, in case you are into some publishing, in case you are displaying your written material worldwide. So this is going to be spreading a lot of information to the masses, in case you have to write some paper, if you are into PhD or something. So this is definitely going to enhance those things. And the sense of adventure, so it will be good for your grandchildren also. From the 2nd house, this is the 8th house transit, other people's money. So you will definitely be making good amount of money, inheritances also. From the 3rd house, this is the 7th house transit. So this indicates that your sibling spouse is going to be doing well, or maybe your sibling is going to travels, or is going to go for some higher learning or some new business he or she is going to start. From your 4th house, this is the 6th house transit. So this will give you some sense of security. Whatever efforts you're putting, you will be paid off. Loans that your mother has taken, they will be paid off. Your father has taken, they will be paid off. So, or maybe, the health issues that your mother has been facing till now, they are going to get better. This is the 5th house transit from your 5th house. This is good for your grandchildren, children also, children's growth. Maybe they're going in for some education, some higher learning, spiritual counsel. Okay. And this is the 4th house from the 6th. So it is overall security, overall happiness. And this will bring about positive energy to your uncles, to your aunts. This is the house of relatives. This will give you some connectivity with them. They will be purchasing some property, land. They might be helpful to you. This is the 3rd house from the 7th house. So this reveals the communication travels that we have with the spouse. So maybe you're going to be traveling a lot, or maybe the spouse is going to be traveling a lot. And this is also the spouse's siblings. So maybe the siblings are going to be traveling, and they're going to be having a lot of positive energy or positive approach towards life, and that's going to be helpful to you as well. From the 8th house, this is the 2nd house transit. So this will indicate the money received from other people, such as inheritances. Whenever Jupiter is transiting the 9th house, you do some religious activities, religious ceremonies at home. So it's the opposite when Saturn is transiting. So it is the demise of somebody, and then you have to visit the cremation ground. It's said so because this is the house of the dharma. So whenever Jupiter transits there, you do good deeds. The religious ceremonies related to auspicious stars. But when Saturn transits, then you have to do something related to somebody's demise. But it is the dharma house, so the affliction happens. Do watch the series. I am making different videos wherein I will be sharing with you the insights on the conjunctions also. So this is one way of looking at Jupiter's transit, as far as all the relatives are concerned, as far as all the houses are forming a connectivity with this Jupiter. So coming to the next sign, that is Cancer. All right, for Cancer natives, Jupiter is going to be transiting your 8th house, being the lord of the 6th and the 9th, and is going to be aspecting your 12th, 2nd, and 4th houses. So this 8th house is actually the house of transformations, change. So whenever Jupiter transits the 8th house, there is something to do with changes. It is also the psychic abilities. So maybe you're going to be involved in some spiritual practices, scientific research, metaphysical sciences. So when there is Jupiter transiting the 8th house, there's a deep quest to understand the meaning and workings of the universe. So you want to dive deep into the subjects like what's life beyond this, what is going to happen. And this is also your partner's family. Wealth comes from marriage. Your in-laws are pretty good. They're dealing with you well. This is also good time for healing purposes, for spiritual practices. In case you have to go in for some surgeries, you can go in for the surgeries. The surgery will be a smooth one. Obsessions and addictions that you will be taming, because it's a pious planet like Jupiter, which is a beneficial planet. So whatever the inability that you were facing till now, you will be able to overcome that with Jupiter's transit here. Also, this is from the second house, this is the seventh house transit. So this will be like, very positive for your business relationship with the partners. This is a positive one. And seventh from the second. And this will give you a lot of connectivity with your own family members. You will be maybe discussing your financials with them. From the third house, this is the sixth house transit. So you will be pushing yourself to make decisions regarding your changes. You're going to be making some changes, or maybe your siblings are going to be having some changes at the workplace. This is definitely going to be very positive as far as your communication with your employees is concerned, with your servants, with your helpers. In case you have been facing a lot of problems with the helpers, house help and all. So this is going to be getting a little better. From the fourth house, this is the fifth house transit. So this is very positive for your mother's happiness, your children's happiness. This is also the property and security, whatever you're thinking of buying, selling. So this is definitely positive. From the fifth house, this is the fourth house transit. So the advice that you take from your mother, this is definitely very positive. Your children are going to be dependent on you, on your advice. So give them the right kind of advice and they will definitely be feeling a little secured. This is the time when they will be also thinking of higher education. They'll be thinking of the change that they have been thinking of from a long time. From the sixth house, this is the third house. So this can lead to some kind of problems to the siblings or competitors, problems with the siblings, from the relatives, or it can also lead to competition. But this is going to be giving the competition success. Also, this can lead to some kind of health issues related to your lower abdominal region or gallbladder. You have to take care of your kidneys. From your seventh house, this is second house transit. So this is the money from your partner, in case you have to start a partnership business. So this is a very positive transit because it was in the seventh house earlier and now in the eighth house, which is the second from the seventh. So definitely very positive for you. From the ninth house, this is the 12th house. So this is like loss of learning, because it's a karaka, it's a significator for knowledge also. It will lead to some problems in your travels also. This is the house of spirituality and truth. And the karaka for truth is gone to the 12th from itself. So this is like, loss of learning, how to forgive others. So loss of your father's health also is seen from this place. So take care of your father's health. From the 10th house, this is the 11th house transit. So it is very good for the jobs offered to you, changes coming your way. And for friend circle, that you're moving around in, it's very positive, some job change for your friends also. This is indicative of. From the 11th house, this is the 10th house transit. So definitely very positive for the friend circle, for your older siblings, for you yourself, any kind of investments. So some job change coming your way, or your friends or your older siblings. Maybe they are thinking already and contemplating on the change, and this is going to happen. From the 12th house, this is the 9th house transit. So this definitely is positive for the 12th house purpose. So you will be spending more on your spiritual growth. Maybe some journeys you'll be taking up. You want to actually, the quest is on. You want to just learn more things. You want to acquire knowledge, and you want to understand as to what is what who's who, what are the realms that are hidden. So you have those kind of inclinations as well during this time. So this is how you should interpret, and I'm sure this is going to be really helpful to you, this transit, and how you should be actually dealing with this transit. Coming to the next sign, that is Leo. All right, coming to Leo sign for now. So for Leo natives, this transit of Jupiter is happening over your 7th house, and this is going to be aspecting your 11th, 3rd, and the first one, and is the Lord of 5th and the 8th. So when Jupiter is in your 7th house, this is definitely very positive. Of course, it's looking at your 1st house also. So this is going to be giving you a powerful position, first of all. And you might become very strong in opinions. You might take decisions very strongly. This is the time that you will have some resolutions that you'll be making. Like you will be doing something which is very positive as far as your relationship is concerned. Some resolutions are going to be coming your way, and this is also going to give you a lot of respect in the society. It's looking at your 1st house after all. Weight gain also, so take care of that. Looking at your 11th house is going to enhance your capabilities to understand people better, be with the people, understand the inner realms of yours, inner you, and put them forward. You want to just enhance your skills, you want to just use your inner creativity, and you want to utilize that. Also, the 3rd house, good for your siblings, communication, enhancement of skills. You're going to be having some contracts, some kind of business partnership, initiation of something, new romance, new life you're going to be initiating during this time. Jupiter is from the 2nd house, is the 6th house. So 1st house, we know it's the 7th house. So from the 2nd house, that's how we go. So from the 2nd house, this is the 6th house transit. So this indicates that you will be more inclined towards making money through your service, job change. You will be getting some information from your family regarding your work. Also, from the 3rd house, this is the 5th house transit. So this is good for the childbirth in your family, and some stability in the profession also can be indicative. You will be able to communicate, write well, and you can maybe be signing some contracts, PR. If you are looking for some visa, all that is also going to be very positive. From the 4th house, this is the 4th house transit. So very good for your overall happiness of your mother. And this is your maternal grandmother also. So very good for her health in case she's suffering from a long time. So this will be definitely better. In case you're looking for buying property, real estate issues you have to solve, all that is also going to happen. That's positive. From the 5th house, this is the 3rd house transit. So this refers to our siblings' children, niece, your nephews. They're going to go in for some higher education. They're going to be communicative with you. They're going to be doing well. Positive for romantic association. From your 6th house, this is the 2nd house transit. So this brings about some service-oriented career. You'll be more inclined towards making good amount of money, communication with your people, employees, co-workers. That is also going to get a little better, and your efforts are going to be paid off as well. You will be eating healthily. You have not been getting any kind of relief in health, so you will feel a little better in your health. It is very good for the firm that you're working for the career growth. From the 8th house, this is the 12th house. Whatever you have been going through, the loneliness, the sorrow, ill health, all that is the loss of that. So this is definitely very positive for that reason. So this also leads to some kind of relationship, happiness, agreements, expectations are met during this time, and positive opportunities for your partner also is visible. This transit will actually intensify or bring more new love, long-lasting relationship or love affair. So I think this is very good for your business and career growth. From your 9th house, this is the 11th house transit. So this is good for your father's elevation, maybe some change in the job, growth. And also this is your father's friends. So they will also be feeling a little better in case they're having some health issues. From the 10th house, this is the 10th house transit. So this will bring about some growth prospects. This pertains to new business, profession, growth, career, some goals that you have set. This is also the house of how you do well in your business. So this is definitely very positive for that particular zone. From your 11th house, this is the 9th house. So that is why, when Jupiter is looking at your 11th, so it is also forming a 5-9 relationship. So this is also very positive for as far as your spiritual belief system is concerned, the groups that you move around in, charitable nature of yours. Maybe, your elder siblings get inclined towards spiritual beliefs or maybe some spirituality, or this can be bringing about some foreign journeys to your siblings also. From the
12th, this is the 8th house transit, and this means that you will be inclined towards meditation, loneliness, sorrow. It can lead to some seclusion. Maybe you're overworked and you don't have any much time to do for yourself. So this is definitely going to be leading to some kind of seclusion for you. So just give some time to yourself, to your family, rather than just being overworked and being burnt out. So this is what this transit is going to be about, and definitely very positive in the Kendra. Lagnesh definitely is a friendly sign, so it is going to be very helpful for you for all the spheres of life. Good for education, good for travels, good for career growth prospects in future. Okay, coming to the next sign, that is Virgo. So for Virgo natives, Jupiter is going to be transiting your 6th house and is the lord of your Kendras, that is the 4th and the 7th. Jupiter is aspecting your 10th house from here, aspecting your 2nd house, and is aspecting your 12th house. So definitely income from the foreign land is indicative. Jupiter is looking at your 10th house. Some career growth, future prospects, brighter are visible. 2nd house enhancement in your relationship with the family and finances is also indicative. And when Jupiter is transiting the 6th house, this is the house of work. So Jupiter here will produce some opportunities, some new growth prospects, good work environment. You will definitely be inclined to work more, extra work, and maybe if you have to apply for loans, litigation, you will definitely be successful in all those spheres as well. And support from the people, will be there from at the place of work, or you're the good leader and you want some, good team also to grow. So that's something which is going to happen. And you're going to hire new people also for work. And prosperity, of course, is evident from this transit. Okay, coming to the next sign, that is Virgo. So for Virgo natives, Jupiter is going to be transiting your 6th house and is the lord of your Kendras, that is the 4th and the 7th. Jupiter is aspecting your 10th house from here, aspecting your 2nd house, and is aspecting your 12th house. So definitely income from the foreign land is indicative. Jupiter is looking at your 10th house. Some career growth, future prospects, brighter are visible. 2nd house enhancement in your relationship with the family and finances is also indicative. And when Jupiter is transiting the 6th house, this is the house of work. So Jupiter here will produce some opportunities, some new growth prospects, good work environment. You will definitely be inclined to work more, extra work, and maybe if you have to apply for loans, litigation, you will definitely be successful in all those spheres as well. And support from the people, will be there from at the place of work. You might just get support, best team that you're looking for. You're the good leader and you want some, good team also to grow. So that's something which is going to happen. And you're going to hire new people also for work. And prosperity, of course, is evident from this transit. So from the 2nd house, this is the 5th house transit. So this means that you will be focused on making money, some loans on cards, or maybe you will be focused on your diet. You will be eating kind of a proper food, and you will be focusing on your health also. From the 3rd house, this is the 4th house transit. So it's the 4th house transit from the 3rd house. So this is the overall happiness of your siblings, your friends, your neighbors, that's going to be very good. And your rapport with them is also going to improve. From the 4th house, this is the 3rd house transit. So this will bring about some, cordiality and relationship issues that you have been facing. There will be some relief related to your siblings, related to your relatives, maybe your mother's side, you are having some problems with your uncles or aunts, or they are having some problems. So that is going to get resolved. It is also quite likely that you purchase some vehicles, you purchase some property, and you have to write something, the contracts. So all that is also going to be very positive. And you're going to be having a lot of courage, that competitive edge. Maybe you're going to be sitting for some exam and there will be success, overall success. And also from your 4th house, this is the 3rd. And from your 5th house, this is the 2nd house. So it's the 2nd from the 5th. So this will indicate the wealth of your children. So they're going to maybe start working. They're going to be having some growth prospects, which are going to be very positive for them. Some competition success, and of course, maybe they're going to be starting to work and they get the paycheck, the first paycheck. This is the 12th house from the 7th house. So the 12th house indicates that there can be some problems related to your spouse's health. You have to take care of that. It can also lead to some secrets, some hidden agenda behind. Maybe you're in a business and there are certain hidden agendas behind that. So read the documents carefully, and there can be some legal battles that you have to go through. And there can be some expenditures due to the spouse's health also. This can be this can bring about the health issues to the second child, so take care of that. This is the 11th house from the 8th house, so this will bring about some in-depth research. You will be acquiring a lot of taxes and money. You will be acquiring, don't fleece money from, invade money. Don't evade taxes and all. This is not going to help you. Otherwise, later on, it will be a problematic phase. So don't get into that corruption mode. Though Jupiter won't let you, but still be careful about that. From your 9th house, this is the 10th house transit. So this is the house of teaching, career, spiritual career also. Maybe some long distance journey due to career. Maybe you're traveling. All that is also quite likely. Or maybe, your boss or your somebody who is influencing your life, your father, they are going to be having some kind of change in their profession or in their job. Some transfer is coming his way. So he has to shift out from the current place. So that is also quite likely. From the 10th house, this is the 9th house transit. So this is about your career related to some spiritual pursuits, teaching. Maybe you're going to be traveling, taking a pilgrimage, or some religious celebrations you're going to be having at home. This can lead to some spiritual career or the field where you will acquire more knowledge and you will do something for others also. It's the 8th house transit from the 11th house. This could indicate inheritances or money from your friends. It is the death or endings of the relationship with friends also, when it's the Jupiter thing involved. So it can lead to some clarity you will get. And so it's like, death of the relationship with the friends, or you will get the clarity about what kind of friends do you have. This will be leading to some change in your chemistry with your friends. From the 12th house, this is the 7th house transit. Spouse's secrets, that they can also be revealed. And maybe, your partner is going to be coming out of some problems that your partner is facing till now. Have a great transit of Jupiter in the 6th house of yours. It is definitely going to lead to positive results. For Libra natives, Jupiter is going to be transiting your 5th house, and 5th house is of talent, intelligence, new ideas, expansive energies, good for progeny also, house of entertainment, opening the door to new places and new people. So this is going to be like a very positive transit. Like-minded people will be coming across you, and there will be some new ideas, some new discoveries that you can make. And the fortune is by your side, because Jupiter is going to be looking at your 9th house also from their 1st house also. So this is a very, very positive one. Some speculative incomes or investments you are going to be making, and you're going to be making good amount of money also. Some connections with the entertainment industry, some actors or influential people you will be getting in touch with, some connection with the people who are into glam industry. So there can be that you are having a lot of expertise advising others. Children can bring blessings, new childbirth can happen, or you will achieve lots of accolades and awards and accomplishments. You will become very optimistic. From the 2nd house, this is the 4th house transit. Real estate issues, family security, money, happiness, all that is going to enhance with this transit. This is the 3rd house from the 3rd house, which indicates that you're having a lot of creative energy. Your siblings are going to be very creative and communicative. They're going to be learning new languages. They're going to be having short journeys, or they're going to be traveling. So all that is quite likely because we're doing the house-wise. So this is the 2nd house transit from the 4th house, the house of wealth and money from the mother. So you will definitely make a lot of money here. You will get connected with your mom also, right? This is the 12th from the 6th, loss of ill health, because a house of ill health is diseases is the 6th house. So this is definitely very positive for the health. If you're facing any kind of health issues, you will definitely be feeling better now. It is like ending of debt, ending of disease, ending of enemies. All this is going to come to an end, which is very positive. From the 7th house, this is the 11th house transit. So it is the friend's spouse also. And this is about partnership businesses also with your friends, dealing with business people. So you're going to be having a lot of communication with those kinds of people. And also this will bring about some romance, new association. And maybe you come across a friend and, you propose to that person. This is the 10th house from the 8th. So this is about career in astrology. Maybe if you're an astrologer, you will do well, some occult sciences or something which are, deep subjects, research oriented mindset. So this is going to be very positive for you for those areas. Other people's money, handling those accounts. From the 9th house, this is the 9th house transit. Spiritual belief system, our father. So you will have a lot of inclination towards those realms where, you're going to be getting very spiritual, you're going to be having a lot of foreign travels, or you're going to be having some pilgrimages also. Your father can have pilgrimages as well. And you will meet some guru during this time who will teach you something which is very positive as well. So very good prospects, From the 10th house, this is the 8th house transit, that there will be some change in career. Maybe you will be shifting out from the place where you are, some ending of the career which you have not been able to quit from a long time. And now you get good future prospects, you get good job offers. So this is definitely going to be very positive for you, because it is indicative of some change, end of something and beginning of something. So this is also called the troubleshooting time. So definitely very positive. It's the 7th from the 11th. So this will bring about your older siblings, wealth prospects, partnership with your friends, dealings. You will be very innovative, doing something new, doing some new business deals. From the 12th house, this is the 6th house transit. So 6th house from the 12th means that you will be working through the charitable institutions. You'll be working in an NGO. You'll be more charitable. You will be more towards working with the foreigners. You will get some new project in the trine when Jupiter is transiting. It's very positive, and it's looking at the zones where it is going to enhance the spiritual growth also. Coming to the next sign, that is Scorpio. For Scorpion, it is Jupiter is going to be transiting your 4th house, being the lord of the 2nd and 5th, and is going to be aspecting the 8th house, 10th house, and the 12th house from there. And Jupiter in the 4th house will expand your assets, your real estate matters. You might change residence. And there is a desire for a new home with more room, more land. You're just renovating your place. Maybe you're going to be changing the look of the place, you're living. Happy moments you will get with your family. You're going to be having some family get-togethers, and you're going to be celebrating during this time. So definitely very positive. And being the lord of the 2nd and 5th, it's considered to be very positive for your growth prospects in financials also. This is also going to be giving you some deep soul felt association with your sense of security, association with your mother. From the 2nd house, this is the 3rd house transit. So they will be very good for acquiring wealth. It is good for communication. It's also very positive for sales, writing, and artistic people. Ability to travel also is visible. From the 3rd house, this is the 2nd house transit. So very good time for your siblings. Maybe they are traveling, they are going to be joining some new job, and they're going to be making good amount of money, some wealth prospects for them. And it is going to be very good for writing, arts, travels. And maybe, you're going to be having some good connectivity with your siblings, younger siblings especially. From your 5th house, this is the 12th house transit. So it is like the endings of the miseries, I would say. Maybe, your children are going to be traveling. So it is like, taking self away. So that means maybe your children are going to be going for higher education overseas. They're going to be joining some institute. Loss of love in your life. Maybe you're in a relationship and that person departs or leaves you, abandons you. That is also quite likely. But it is a spiritual release beyond our spiritual practices for sure. This is the 11th house from the 6th house. So this results from the health regimes, such as diet, exercise. So it's about healing yourself. It is very positive for your uncles, aunts, relatives, and also if you are in a service industry, it is going to be very positive. You're going to be making good amount of money also. You will gain and you will be helping others as well. You'll be taking assistance from your friend circle you're moving around in. This is the 10th house from 7th house. So this will bring about elevation in your career. It is going to give you some new job, new place that you're going to be, and it is going to be giving you some good business prospects also. You will be having a lot of you will have that social bonding, that social standing in the community. You will feel very elevated with this transit. From the 8th house, this is the 9th house transit. So this is something which will give you realization from the change. Some change is going to happen, or it has already happened, and now you are getting involved in the spiritual realms. You are doing some kind of research which is about spirituality, about religion, and you will get successful. And this is also about deep research in any kind of subjects, which is related to metaphysics or change, how changes happen, obstructions, they are all going to give you elevation. From the 9th house, this is the 8th house transit, house of transformation, our spiritual pursuits. It's also disgrace associated with the father. It means change or death or of our beliefs. 9th house is our higher learning, higher education. It is also our spiritual belief system, and 8th house is house of death. So it can lead to some major changes happening in your spiritual pursuits. Some guru you might just get departed from, or you're moving away from. This can also lead to health issues to your father, maybe something related to kidneys, gallbladder. So all that you have to keep a check on constantly. This can also lead to some deep learning, because it's the 8th house from the 9th. And from the 10th, this is happening in your 7th house. So this will lead to some new associations, some new business prospects, some new ventures, and some new relationships also that you will be getting. Maybe somebody you will come across at the place of work, And from the 11th, this is the 6th house transit. So this will be giving you more inclination towards working for the humanity. You will be working towards your friendship. You will depend on your friends, or you will meet somebody at the place of work who's becoming your good friend, during this time. And you're going to be focused on the health activities also. So this is this Jupiter's transit is the 5th from the 12th house. So this is like ending of the toxic relationship, or this can also bring the lovers from the past. The ex can come into your life, because this is the 5th from the 12th house after all. So this will bring about some secret love affairs, or something to do with your charity. Children might be getting charitable, or you will get associated with somebody from the overseas, and some issues from your childhood you're going to sort out as well. Okay, so this is a very positive and a beautiful transit for you. All right, for Sagittarius natives, Jupiter is going to be transiting your 3rd house, and 3rd house is the house of communication skills, talents that bring more success and opportunities. So this is definitely going to be very positive. Some travels on cards. You're going to be having a lot of creative energies in you, writing abilities. You're going to be very curious about some freshness in your outlook also. You will be having a lot of curiosity in you, which is definitely going to expand your thinking ability. This is the time to expand your knowledge, because it's right opposite the 9th house. So learn something new, take classes, take short journeys, advertise, promote whatever you want to for your information that you have. This will increase your knowledge, skills, understanding of complicated, complex subjects. And in fact, this is a great time for teaching, for studying, for debating, for writing. buying a car, transportation. This is also the third house, also is transportation. You can buy a big car, you can travel, you can take short journeys during this time, or maybe you will form a good connectivity with the people at around you at the place of work, or maybe with your siblings, with your neighbors. Increase that communication, and also this will lead to some calls, emails, letters. All that is going to be medium to communicate. You will encourage to form that kind of rapport, with people around you. Your courage will be enhanced, and you will make some bold decisions as well. However, you have to be really cautious about your approach on your boldness, because it can lead to serious troubles also. You have to be careful, though it is the Lagnesh after all in the third house. Jupiter is not that kind of a courageous planet. Mars has to be involved. Mars, Jupiter is looking at, so definitely some kind of courageous or bold decisions you will be making during this time. And your relation with younger siblings might become little turbulent. Jupiter gives ego clashes, so you have to be really very careful about those as well. So, but yeah, it is going to be very fruitful and a very helpful kind of a transit. It's a second from the second, to start with the Bhavad Bhavan principle. So you will be more inclined to acquire more wealth, earned money, and you're going to be making a lot of money also. This is the 12th from the 4th house. This can give you foreign travels, or you can shift out from the place where you are and start living in a foreign land. It is obviously dependent on a personal chart. If you have that kind of a combination in your personal chart also, and you have the dasha also, so definitely this is going to happen. And this is the 11th from the 5th. So this is a very good time for children, for your progeny. It is good for having children. It is a good time for childbirth also. And wealth from speculation is also indicative of. 10th from the 6th house zone. So this can be you take up a new job, change your professions. It can also be giving you a lot of name and fame, reputation. This is definitely positive. From the 7th house, this is the 9th house transit. Your spouse travels, or maybe long journeys, change of place also is quite likely, and luck is by your partner's side as well. So take the advice of your partner. This is going to be really helpful. It is also a spouse's father, so you can have good rapport or good connect with your some higher learning, higher education is also indicative of. From the 8th house, this is the 8th house transit. 8th from the 8th is another prominent house of death. Death of what? If you're having some chronic illness, so it is going to come to an end with this Jupiter's transit. This is also the house of disgrace. So with Jupiter in the 8th house, you have to take care of your ego clashes with the people around you, and then it will be death of that relationship. So be careful about that. You can have some research oriented mindset also. So this is definitely a very transformative kind of a placement. So 7th from the 9th is also indicative of travels. You can take long journeys. Your father can have some changes, maybe a father is going to be coming across some influential people during this time, or is in a government job and is going to be having some transfers. From the 10th house, this is the 6th house transit, career related to healing, be very caring for others. So change in career, change of place, maybe the bosses change or your subordinates change. That service oriented mindset would help you. From the 11th house, this is the 5th house transit. You can take the advice from your friends, meet some new people, new alliance, love affair, all that can also trigger up during this time. And it also leads to gain from the children, desire fulfillment through children. From the 12th house, this is the 4th house transit. So it is indicative of some foreign journeys, foreign travels. You're going to be maybe moving out of the place where you live, or your siblings are going to be moving some foreign place. You're going to be selling off your real estate, some property, land, and going to be buying new ones. This is what is this transit about. And let's move on to the next one, that is Capricorn. For Capricorn, this transit is happening over your second house, house of personal values, material possessions, finances. So here you will feel better with your financial condition. You will feel that there is some increased financial opportunities that you're going to be coming across. Investments are profitable. You're going to be having a lot of time to yourself, and you will take care of your family also. Money problems from the past may get resolved as well during this transit, but you can be overspending. Ego clashes can happen with your family members. You want to just show off, and not having a lie low kind of a feeling. So you have to be taking care of the expenditure part. You can have strong arguments also with Jupiter there. It is the ego clashes, basically. It's the disagreements that you can come across with people. And otherwise, it is a very positive one for accumulating of financials, taking good care of your family. Forming that kind of bonding with the family is also quite likely. Now, doing the Bhavat Bhavam principle, second house. So this is the 12th from the 3rd. So the sibling is moving overseas, is leaving the place and going somewhere overseas, or leaving, is going to be losing the power also. This is also called the Maraka, or the death kind of a place. So this is going to give some secret conquest, some death of secret conquest. There can be some health related issues your sibling can face, or your communication can go a little bizarre. This is happening in the 11th house from the 4th. So this is going to give you fixed assets. This is going to enhance your financials and mother's desire fulfillment, of course, and friends and achievement of security. All that is visible from here. From the 5th house, this is the 10th house transit. So it is very good for the name and fame of your children. They're going to be flourishing. It's good for a change of place, recognition coming your way. Your children's way, I mean. So this is going to be giving you a lot of intelligence. You might just come across an astrologer during this time and seek an advice. That is also quite visible. And it is very positive for your career pursuits. From your 6th house, this is the 9th house transit. Luck from your aunts. Maybe, you will take the help of your uncles, maternal uncles or maternal aunts, and you will receive some spiritual healing from them. It is like a blessing from your elders. Your employees, you might just keep a pet. It may be that you have to travel for your service, you have to go abroad. And from your 7th house, this is the 8th house transit. So 8th house transit means that it is the health issues to the partner. This can lead to some chronic illnesses to you also. And it is indicative of disgrace. Jupiter actually minimizes that impact, but yes, there can be some complications that you can have in your relationship. This is the 7th house from the 8th. You have to avoid anybody luring you towards making money through a wrong means. It is quite likely that you can get inclined to all that. Your business partnership can lead to some complications as well. So take care of all these energies. These are going to be giving mixed results, although. From the 9th house, this is the 6th house transit. So this will be indicative of spiritual pursuits, studies, higher education. It's the house of father's health and work also. So maybe, your father's health is getting better, or it can deteriorate also depending on your personal chart. But yes, at times I've seen that it is going to be giving some relief from the pains and the problems that your father is going through till now because of Jupiter's presence. So this is definitely going to be very positive if Jupiter is transiting through your 2nd house, and it's the 6th house from the 9th. From the 10th house, this is the 5th house transit. Having a good chemistry, bonding with your bosses, with your seniors, with your colleagues, and there can be that you will enhance your career growth. You will get acknowledged for whatever you have done for the firm, and your good bonding with the people around you. Name and fame and good ideology, hard work that you have put in, all that is going to be paid off. From the 11th house, this is happening in your 4th house. So your siblings, older siblings are going to flourish. They're going to buy some property, land, vehicles. From the 12th house, this is the 3rd house transit. This is will or courage to see our denials or shadows. In foreign trade, such as import and export, sales, foreign items, travels to the foreign countries, maybe your siblings are traveling abroad, major expenditures on cards. So this is what is about Capricorn, and definitely a very positive one as far as your financials are concerned. Okay, coming to the next sign, that is Aquarius. For Aquarius natives, Jupiter is going to be transiting your first house and is going to be looking at your fifth, seventh, and ninth houses. So here it is going to give you increased optimism, cheerfulness. It is going to give you a lot of enthusiasm, self-confidence as to what you can do. The attitude towards life will change. There can be a lot of ego boost also, though, weight gain also. It's the planet of expansion, as you know. So you have to take care of your physical body here. Watch your calories, whatever you're having. Don't be too overindulgent, whatever you eat. It can increase your sociability also. You will be getting connected with people around you. If you're too introvert or you're too to yourself, now is the time you will be out there with your peers, with your people around you. And this is also going to bring about some new starts, fresh starts, startup, whatever you have been thinking of, and you get it. Some promotion on cards, maybe you're working and you get that elevation. People recognize what you have been doing now, those accolades or the fruition of whatever goals you have set. And also this will give you a lot of attention towards your health, but you have to maintain a lifestyle where you give up your laziness and and do a little bit of workouts also. Don't just ignore this as well. Your ongoing endeavors, wherever you are putting in, are going to actually give you a lot of beneficial results here. And whenever Jupiter is transiting through the first house, it is actually indicative of some new beginnings, some new job, some new place you'll be moving into, some new projects. Self-esteem and self-confidence is booming right now with this, and limitations will disappear, and new circumstances and new conditions will form, and they will begin to appear. So just enjoy this. This is a very expansive kind of an energy. It is going to be very positive for you. From the second, this is the 12th house. So 12th house from the second indicates that you can lose the power to speak. It is the house of financial loss also, expenditures. Maybe you will be spending a lot on yourself or on others. From the third house, this is the 11th house transit, and it is very good for your siblings, younger ones especially. They're going to be very communicative. They're going to be changing their jobs. They'll be traveling, fulfillment of desires for them, and they will be having good friends as well. It's good for their friends as well. From the fourth house, this is happening in your 10th house. Fourth house is the house of happiness, house of emotion. This is going to be giving you elevation at the place of work. You have the sense of feelings of security. So if you really want to grow, you have to have that firmity, you have to have that firm foundation for yourself. So build on that. You will definitely grow better. You will get motivated. You are going to achieve that confidence which was missing till now. From your fifth house, this is the 9th house transit. So this is like your children's belief system, children going overseas, children learning new language, education. Maybe they're going away from where they are right now. From the 6th house, this is the 8th house transit, house of transformation, changes. It can be that you are going to be very fitness freak, or you're going to be inclined towards health. You're going to be inclined towards transformation about your health also. You're going to be focusing on. From the 7th, this is the 7th house transit. It means that the partner is going to flourish. Partner is going to get acknowledgement, accolades at the place of work, some awards, that prizes or the awards that partner is going to get. And the relationships are going to get a little better, and there will be intimate relationships often also. It is the 6th house from the 8th house. So this can lead to some problems in financials. Maybe, you will invest somewhere and you will lose money, problems with the co-workers. You have to maintain that kind of cordiality with them. This can also lead to some kind of physical bodily changes. You have to keep a track about your health during this phase. You have to take care of your constitution, I would say. Okay. Otherwise, it is definitely very positive. Some new changes coming your way. From the 9th house, this is the 5th house. So some creative energy on cards. You're going to be having a lot of innovative energy. You're going to innovate something new, something big. So all that is very positive. In the spiritual realm also, it's very positive for you. You'll be getting into that meditative zone as well. From the 10th house, this is the 4th house transit. How people perceive you. Maybe, you're having a very egoistic kind of an outlook towards people, and you're not able to handle people or mix with people much. So you have to maintain that kind of a social standing right now. It's going to be really helpful for you. Your bosses and your seniors, they get elevated or they get promotion during this time and have a good chemistry and bonding with you, which is again very positive in a way. So third house from the 11th is the older siblings. This is going to give courage to your older siblings to make decisions now. Maybe there were certain decisions which were laid back and could not make any decisions regarding the job change, place change, the goals that they have set, they are not able to achieve till now. But now your older siblings are going to also be doing well. This is the time when they will be making some major decisions and will give you some help, assistance as well. You're going to be having good communication with them. From the 12th house, this is the second house transit. So from the 12th house, this is the second house transit. So this indicates how powerful your speech is, how you communicate with people. It is the house of financial loss also, after all. So this can lead to some projects which are going to begin and then end also abruptly. So you have to be very careful about your dealings with the overseas people. You have to be very judiciously making decisions regarding all this. But if you are going lazy, if you have that laid back attitude, then the ongoing endeavors in your life are not going to give you any kind of good fruits, any kind of fruits. Coming to the last sign, that is Pisces. All right, for Pisces natives, this transit of Jupiter is happening over your 12th house. Expenditures definitely are going to be on high, and you must only spend on what you really need. And otherwise you will run short of funds and you will feel that, you will regret later. So don't do that. Your father's health might become a concern area, and also keep a check on your health as well. It can be that, you have some health related issues. Try to avoid traveling as much as possible in case you have to go in for some long distance journeys, foreign travels. So you have to make sure that you are having your own people, also somebody with you as well. 12th house transit also is about endings, closure, finalizing. So you might just, be deciding about retirement. Maybe you're going to be having some kind of ending of career, new business that you have to, or maybe you will be ending the career or changing the career, maybe some new business on cards also. Some memories and secrets of the past might just, coming up. Some ex from the past will be coming back, some losses in your business also, some trade. So just be extra careful about this transit, okay? So, but do remember, this is Jupiter. If one door closes, the other is always open for you, okay? So don't worry about that. So let's move on to the Bhavat Bhavan principle. Okay, so 12th house is the 12th from the first house. So this is like, letting go. This is the time to let go of the things, to do things in a very different manner now. You have to change your perspective. You have to detach yourself from old and go in for something new. This also is about vacation, hospitalization. It also represents retreat, secrecy. Somebody who is in the ashram also is, because of this Jupiter in the 12th house transit, oversleep or becoming lazy with this transit as well. You have to be charitable, do for others, devote time to yourself, meditative. You might just become very spiritual during this time. This is also the 11th from the second. So 11th from the second means that you will have a lot of wealth coming your way. This is definitely going to enhance your wealth. Very good time. From the third house, this is the 10th house transit. So this is like, you will travel for foreign lands. It also is going to lead to a start of career for your siblings. So this is the 9th from the 4th house. So this is going to make your mother very spiritual also. You will have a lot of spiritual journeys or some celebrations, some pujas that you will get done at home. From the 5th house, this is the 8th house. So maybe, your children are going overseas for education and they're going to be separated from you. This is the 7th from the 6th house. Will lead to some partnership businesses overseas. new relationship, beginning of new relationship, association with people that will enhance. This is the 6th house from the 7th house. So it's very positive for your spouse's health, enemies, disease, loans. So the partner is going to pay off all these and will be getting out of the illnesses, the chronic diseases that your partner is going through. This is from the 8th house, the 5th house. So this is the 5th house from the 8th, the 12th house. So this is like the imagination, innovativeness, creativity. This is the 4th house from your 9th house. Something regarding your father's fixed assets. He's going to decide, he's going to buy property, or maybe he's going to be selling some property and doing some fixed deposits for you. This is the 3rd house from the 10th house. Very good time to finish off or to complete the jobs which are stuck at the government. So that is something which is very, with the authorities, with your seniors, with your co-workers. This is the very good transit for that. This is the 2nd from the 11th. So again, it is very positive for your money, financial growth. Friends will play an integral part to make money. You will be spending a lot of money in charity also during this time. So this is it for all the zodiac signs. Thank you so much for watching, and please stay tuned for more parts which are coming your way soon. Stay blessed. Om Tat Sat.